What's up, everyone? Thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Max. This is Max Sick and Reacts, and today I'm checking out Broken Bones by Louis Tomlinson. Alright, so I just finished listening to Last Night, and I am excited to get into this one because that was a very vibey track with a title like Broken Bones. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be a little bit more upbeat or where we're going to be going with this one, but I've been loving the album so far. I'm definitely a Louis fan now, which is cool because he was always one of the One Direction members I knew less about, but from what I've heard, his solo stuff is what I like the most. Before I get into the reaction, if you want to support me and this channel, I do now have a Patreon with 2 tiers that include bonus content as well as a reaction request every month. So if there's a song you've been wanting to see me react to and I haven't gotten to it yet, that's a great way to speed up the process. But thank you for the support on Patreon and here on YouTube. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, comment down below what you thought of the song, and without further ado, let's get into Broken Bones. Okay, opening with a synth. There's the halftime drums. At the end of Last Night, I was hoping to hear some halftime drums with that kind of cool guitar solo transition because I thought it would be a cool way to do the outro, but there weren't there. The outro was still great, but now we're getting them. So my halftime drums did show up. I like the lyrics. Ooh. Back to that synth, cool vibes. I really like the contrast of the lyrics and the sonics with this, because verse 1 at least is talking a lot about space. I think like satellites were mentioned, and then some other or like the phrase outer space. And I think it's a really cool contrast to be talking about things that are so expansive, or, well, you know, the vibe of space. But then to have a melody that is so focused on like one note and to have instrumentals that feel very grounded, it's cool because I think songs that mention space or kind of have a spacey feel can often go for a very melodic sound that is really huge. And that's awesome, but I also like hearing kind of a contrast with the two ideas like in this song. So yeah, really vibe with that. I like that, sounds like a spring reverb on the guitar there, with the palm muting. Like that kind of bend riser going to the chorus. Yeah, this is a cool one. Okay, before we go further into that guitar solo, I really like the gang vocal on the chorus, because like instrumentally it doesn't necessarily like explode, but it keeps a similar vibe to what the verses had, but expands on that. And I think the use of gang vocals with like the left-right panned guitar just to make it a little bit wider is a really cool way to keep the vibe, but, you know, make it so it's not the same thing the whole way through. But yeah, let's see what this guitar solo has. I like how it's kind of keeping the same idea of the verse melody, where it's kind of consistently on one note, but then there are the bends being added in there to keep it interesting, because it would be boring if it was like, 2 to 4 measures of one na 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 the whole time. But here you're getting those bends in there to add some character to it, which I like. It just sounds so cool. Weird little synth coming in. And then ending on drums and the reverb. All right, so that was Broken Bones by Louis Tomlinson, and that was a really cool track. Probably the most cool sounding one on the album. I don't know what I necessarily mean by that compared to the other tracks, but it just had a vibe. It had a cool moody feel to it. Also, a question I have for you Louis fans that you'll probably be able to enlighten me on in the comments. Does Louis play guitar or some other instruments? Because I've noticed that every song has had a tendency to lean towards organic instrumentation, and I'd be surprised if he didn't play something, but it is also entirely possible that he just likes that sound and finds producers who do it well. So let me know if you know, because I get the feeling he at least plays guitar, but I don't know. Yeah, overall, really, really enjoyed that track. I can't wait to check out the rest of the album. I checked, I think I have 5 songs left. But yeah, that was another banger. I'm a Louis fan. What can I say? Thank you so much for checking out the reaction. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. Comment down below what you thought of the song, and I'll see you in the next one.